Hello, we're going to discuss the use of calculators to find values of the trigonometric functions of an acute angle. But first of all, we need to talk about a degree, a minute, and a second. So 1 degree, which is 1/360th of a full rotation, referring to the circle, is equal to 60 minutes. If you notice, the single mark is minutes. The next line says 1 minute is 60 seconds. 2 marks for seconds. So again, 1 mark means minutes, 2 marks means seconds. So we're going to have 48 degrees plus 49 minutes and 72 degrees plus 26 minutes. Now, sometimes we won't see the plus sign between, sometimes we do. So we can run it like this. 48 degrees, 49 minutes, 72 degrees, 26 minutes. And you learn to do this type of mathematics probably way back in 7th grade, maybe even earlier, when you added, say, feet and inches. So you add your like units. 9 and 6 is 5, carry 1. So you have 75 minutes, 120 degrees. Now, 60 minutes is equal to 1 degree. So if your minutes answer is over 60, we have to convert those number of minutes, in this case 75 minutes, to degrees. So 75 minutes is equal to 60 minutes plus 15 minutes. And then 60 minutes is 1 degree. So our answer now becomes 120 degrees plus 1 degree plus 15 minutes, which is equivalent to 121 degrees, 15 minutes. Now we want to subtract 24 degrees, 14 minutes from 90 degrees. So let's set it up. 90 degrees minus 24 degrees, 14 minutes. This is one time you absolutely want to write your problems vertically so that you can borrow. Okay, so I cannot subtract 0 because right here there's 0 minutes. You can't subtract 14 from 0. So what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite 90 minutes as 89 degrees, 1 minute. 60 minutes. So 89 plus 1 degree, so 60 minutes. That's 24 degrees, subtraction, 14 minutes. Now I can do the math. 4 from 10 is 6, 46 minutes. So we now have 65 degrees, 46 minutes. So let's look at 27.25 degrees. So what we have is to change this to degrees and minutes. Notice it's a decimal answer. So that's 27.25 degrees. So what you have is you have 27 degrees plus 0.25 degrees. Okay, so what we can do is kind of similar to chemistry where we did unit conversions. 1 degree is 60 minutes. So that becomes 27 degrees. And so if you're in degrees with a decimal and you change it to degrees and minutes, you're just going to multiply the decimal part by 60 because 60 degrees is 1 minute. So that's 27 degrees, 15 minutes. Change 10 degrees, 45 minutes to decimal degrees. Okay, so in this case, you have 10 degrees, 45 minutes. We're going to do the same thing. So that's 60 minutes. And if you'll do it this way, you can see, do I multiply by 60 or divide by 60 without having to memorize a lot? So what happens here is essentially the degrees are going to, not the degrees, we want degrees. Let me erase, well, the minutes here will cancel out. So I'll erase that here. I know they technically don't cancel, but the units undo each other. So now we have 10 degrees, 10 point. So let's see, what is 45 divided by 60? That's decimal, 0.75. So we would have 10.75 degrees. All right, so when we use a calculator, we want to round all our answers to 4 decimal places. The mode needs to be degrees, okay? You have 2 options on a calculator. You have degrees and radians. Usually your calculator, if you have the graphing calculator, is initially set in radians. So you go to mode and you arrow down to where you see radian, and then arrow across, highlight it, and then hit enter. So degrees should be shaded there. So I just type in cosine of 37.8, and I get, okay, let's write the number, 0.790155. Okay, so let's talk about rounding again. We want 4 decimal places. So this is approximately 0.790. Okay, so the question is that a 1 or 2? So if you recall 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the number you want to round. The 5 tells you to round up. So 0.7902. Okay, so let's look at tangent 58.75. And you get on the calculator 1.647948997. So again, it asks us for 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking at the 4. Nothing else matters. So all those digits behind do not affect your rounding to 4 decimal places. So it's approximately 1.647. And because that's a 4, the 9 stays a 9. Okay, sine squared of 14. The way that I do this is I do sine 14 and then square it. So we're going to do sine 14 squared. And we get approximately 0.0585. Okay, so on your calculator, 0.0585262036. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, the 2 says stay the same. Now, secant of 78 is 1 divided by cosine of 78. So you have to know the relationship between the reciprocal functions. Which reciprocal function goes with either sine, cosine, or tangent? So this is approximately 4.8097, because the next one's a 3. The next digit following the 7 is a 3. So remember, if it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, the number stays the same. And we're done with that one. Okay, for the acute angle, find the angle, round to the nearest tenth of a degree. Okay, so here we're going to do theta is equal to tangent inverse of 3.152. Now, tangent inverse on your graphing calculator is secant tangent. So when you see this, it's not 1 over, okay? That's the inverse. So you do secant tan to get your answer. So we're going to go secant tan, and then we're going to type in 3.152, and we're getting the angle, okay? So the angle, theta, is approximately 72 point, now it's 39, so it would be 4 degrees. So sine of theta is sine inverse of 0.3733. So again, we'll do secant sine, 0.3733, which is approximately 21. Now we get this one, 21.91. Okay, so again, so approximately 21.9 degrees. Because the 1 tells you to stay the same number. Now, secant's a little tricky. So since these are reciprocals, cosine of theta is 1 divided by 1.0768. So we really need to write our functions in terms of sine, cosine, and tangent when we use the calculator. So we're going to do theta is equal to cosine inverse. So notice we're doing the reciprocal if it's going to be a secant, cosecant, or cotangent. And we'll just go to definition and show that. So we're going to do secant cosine of 1 divided by 1.0768. And we get a 21.77. So theta is approximately 21.8 degrees. The 7 causes you to round up. Okay, cotangent, that's tangent of theta, is 1 divided by 0.0975. So theta is equal to tangent inverse 1 divided by 0.0975. So that's 84.4 degrees. So just remember, when you're using your calculator, to pay attention if you if your answers are to be given in degrees or radians. Most of the time, it'll be degrees, and we can always convert to radians, which is for a later lecture. Have a great day.